Hey y'all, guess who's back? Guess who's back? After suffering? After suffering? Okay. Okay. Hopefully we should be good. Hopefully we should be fine. Oh my god, I wanna die. Okay. My pen is working again, so that's good. We're so back, dudes. Trust. We are back. Okay. Hopefully I don't get another, like, weird, yeah, pen is working again. Hopefully we don't get any more weird stuff. Okay. Okay. Just gonna wait for the people to start coming back. And in the meantime, I could, like, look this over. This would be longer, actually. Hello. So, how are you? Mad? Now I'm mad. I was chilling before. Hopefully I can become chill again. That's the goal. Can Pep become chill again? Okay. Yeah, okay, I think I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. Okay, guys. I like, what, do I just go back and I'm like, okay guys, ready to watch the movie? ready to watch the movie, guys? Ready to see my what I have so far? Actually, wait, let me hear the sound. Let me balance out these. Okay.
By the
It works. It's blowing my ears off, but it's fine. Okay, guys, sit down, eat some popcorn for your 10 seconds that I suffered through. Yes. Okay.
I was a bird, he was an arrow. I was allured by the straight and the narrow. What could I do? His aim was true. Straight to the heart, I let it happen. I couldn't hardly have ever imagined that when he went through me, he'd hate what he's doing and make me feel stupid for choosing him too. Cause I'm a giver and a giver is a bad thing to be. He's a killer and a killer's even worse for folks like me. Cause I never really...
There we go. Look at that. Okay, let's turn this thing off for now. Look at that, guys. You can't recreate perfection. Just play it one more time. Just play it one more time for you guys.
I was a bird, he was an arrow. I was allured by the straight and the narrow. What could I do? His aim was true. Straight to the heart, I let it happen. I couldn't hardly have ever imagined that when he went through me, he'd hate what he's doing and make me feel stupid for choosing him too. Cause I'm a giver and a giver is a bad thing to be. He's a killer and a killer's even worse for folks like me. Cause I never really want...
Yeah. Okay, wait, let me answer these. I saw a character with furry ears. Neat. Just bring back the music, I guess. Okay, where is he? Was he the horseman from the Shiny animatic? No. Let me just go back. Just, okay. Where are you? That is Robin. Wearing his outfit. That is Robin wearing his outfit. This part of the story, at least in, like, my writing of it, like, at least in, the story I wrote, this takes place after Robin kills Guy of Gisborne. And I was thinking that occasionally, he disguises himself. Not necessarily as him, but just wears his clothing. And if you're wondering, hey, that's kind of messed up, it is! But, yeah. Oh, whoops. Okay. Alright. I need a, Bro, I looked at the description, I completely forgot about Valentine. Yep, that's the goal, okay. But for real, I need to lock in on this last part. I don't wanna, like, most of this, on this part of the timeline, I don't really need. I only wanna do, like, 1 or 2 more shots, and then end it, because I feel like I'm basically at the end, you know what I mean? Like, and, like, a little, if I had all of the time in the world, a little baby part of me would be like, ooh, what if, like, the rest of the song could be, like, you know, like the rest of, like, the story, like, their lore, I guess, sorta, you know, like, Marion being with, like, the merry men, and then rescuing him from being tortured in jail, and then the 2 of them meeting the king, and then the 2 of them getting married, and then the 2 of them living in King Richard's castle, and then Robin getting depressed, and Marion getting worried because he's low-key, kinda, sorta, hurting himself, but not, like, in the traditional way. And what was the rest of it? Oh yeah, and eventually her being, like, sick of his self-sacrificial nature, where she basically tells him, stop. Like, stop trying to be the hero all the time. Like, you're an amazing person and I love you for being so caring about people, but there's, like, a difference between helping people and then just, like, giving your life for the smallest things. I don't know. Anyway, that's getting into more, like, deeper, like, my own analysis, not an analysis of my own work. Yes, the eggs. Okay. But I need some think thoughts about this final stretch. Cause this is just them walking. Honestly, I was thinking that, like, this part could just kind of be her trying, like, food in the woodland for the first time, and Marion not being used to it, cause, you know, she's used to, like, actual food. And, the only thing Robin and the gang got is, like, squirrel meat, mushrooms, possibly magic mushrooms, who's to say? I don't know. Shit, I don't know, some, like, edible grass you find in the woods. Not much. Like every once in a while, you know, some bread, some fruits, you know, stuff they buy from the market. But most of it is like squirrels, rabbits, snakes. Deer sometimes, but see, like, deer are huge. And so, like, in, you know, in an era before the fridge, having such a large animal carcass is probably not a good idea. Especially when you are living on the king's property. Because a little fun fact, Sherwood Forest was the king's property. And so, like, you hunting deer was poaching. I mean, I guess it would still be poaching today, but I mean, like, you know, it was literally land that belonged to someone else. You were on their turf, eating their deer, and it just wouldn't be good for business. it just wouldn't be the smartest idea, to eat. To, like, constantly, is what I mean. Like, hunt deer. So I imagine that, like, yeah, they do eat it. It's just, like, occasional. It's not often. So, Here she would probably be holding like a piece of meat. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it would just be meat. Unseasoned, by the way. Hey, but this time these Englishmen have an excuse. They live in the woods. It's not like you can find salt in the woods, you know what I mean? They're really, it's pure survival. One thing I wanna kinda stray away from, just a little bit, not too much, cause like, I don't want to cut out the fun, of course. But it's this like idea that like, oh, living in the woods is like so amazing and so grand, and it's like the answer to all your problems, and like all you need is freedom. All you need is freedom from the shackles of society. Come live out with me in the woods and stuff. But like, it kind of sucks, man. Like, there's a reason we built civilization. It low-key kind of sucks. like not that it can't be fun. Like, camping is fun. Camping is really, and I'm talking about actual camping, okay? I'm not talking about like that RV stuff. Like, actual camping, it can be and is very, very fun. But the reason it's fun is because it's like a novelty. It's because it's something that we don't do all the time. But if you did every single day, like, that would suck. You know what I mean? And like, Robin and the Merry Men, they're not like wild men who like know nothing but the woods. They're just guys. They're just average ass people who live in society. You know what I mean? Like, they're just normal people who come from like towns and villages and own businesses. They're just like normal people. So it ain't even like, oh, these are like people who are like experienced living in the wild, or oh man, these are like wild men who know nothing but the forest. It's like, no, these are just like average ass people who just dudes being bros. Exactly. These are just average ass people who got in trouble with the popo, ran to the woods, which happens to be their property, ran to the woods and like live there. And it's not that fun. Like, I genuinely like one thing that I imagine Robin's daily life, aside from the stealing, is literally just him either hunting, cleaning, cooking, fixing, weaving. It's, well, I mean, I guess, yeah, it's just him trying to like sleep comfortably the next night. Most of it would be hunting and like preparing like meat though. I'm getting the most lore. I haven't heard a person yet for so long. Thank you, I guess. But trying to think of like how probably me more like centered. But you know, like they're not living the high life, because it's like, I don't know, it's not the high life, you know? It's not. Robin loves it though. In your eyes, it's a compliment. In my eyes, it's a compliment. Thanks. Oh my gosh, can the pen calibrate? Oh my gosh. The art in me is not arting. This is more like, and then like her with this like strip of meat, hands here. But what I mean to say with this is, like, I had this funny idea that, like, Maid Marian does get swept into the, like, oh man, like, the rich life sucks so much, I'm gonna live out in the woods and be free, with my murderer of a man. And then she runs off, and then immediately it's like, okay, you're sleeping on the dirt. It's also England, so it's kind of cold. You're sleeping on the dirt. Oftentimes it's a little bit wet because it's England and it rains. You get a tent, but that tent is also really cold. There's no heating, okay? No heating. Your bed is a mat if it's not on the dirt. Your bed is a mat. It's humid, but it's also cold, and you're eating unseasoned squirrel meat. That's probably most definitely, like, overcooked, because these are just a bunch of dudes who, like, just go, unga bunga, meat over fire equals meat edible. Which, like, yeah, but, like, there's an art to, like, heating up meat. Or mushrooms, again, unseasoned. Yeah. No, like, you're like, oh, okay, I see, this is my life, okay, where do I bathe? Oh, in the river, but isn't that river, like, really, really cold? Yes. Isn't that river, like, probably a little dirty? Yeah, but I mean, it cleans you well enough. Okay, where do I go to the bathroom? You go in the bushes, like everyone else. You go in the bushes like everyone else. Oh yeah, that bush over there in the distance. Yeah, that's the bathroom. That's the bathroom. You can dig a hole in the dirt if you want. You can do that. You can do that. Very occasionally, of course, you know, well, okay, maybe not very occasionally, decently enough. You know, you got some bread, you got some cheese, you got some fruits, you got your fair share of decent foods, you know, but, again, like, that isn't going to sustain the body, and going to the market too frequently is also a little bit dangerous, so you're still kind of sort of a little bit stuck there. Oh yeah, and it's the woods, so there's like bugs everywhere, absolutely everywhere. Spiders. You probably wake up in the middle of the night, you know, you look up at the barely lit side of the tent, and you see a daddy longleg crawling right in front of you, and you just have to be okay with that. Yeah. Essentially, I had a thought that, like, when Robin and Marian, like, you know, they get married and they live in King Richard's castle for a while, even though Marian, like, is supposed to be, I guess, like, the archetype of, like, the girl, the noble girl who doesn't like being a noble girl, like, she's really happy to go back into a castle. She's really happy about that. Because, like, oh my god, like, insulated rooms, an actual bed, like, warm water to bathe in, actual seasoned food, or I guess seasoned in our standards. Like actual legit food from, yeah. Actual legit food. You actually have time to, like, play games, and you're not too worried about, like, what you're gonna eat the next day. Oh, no, okay, maybe. I always come back to your content because it's so peak. Thank you. Okay, definitely, maybe, like, a bit of a disgusted face. Oh my god, guys, what if it's raw? Oh my god, what if the meat is raw? That'd be funny. These aren't chefs. That'd be pretty funny. The meat is raw. Or overcooked. What do you guys think? What do you guys think would be funnier? If the meat is raw or overcooked? What constitutes better comedy? The meat is raw. They get food poisoning afterwards. Alright, raw meat it is. Raw meat it is. The meat is raw. And she's like, oh my god, how come you guys, how are you guys still alive? And Robin's all like, yeah, so I actually had like a really bad stomach ache the other day. And then she's like, ah, okay, I see. You're just stupidly resilient, okay? You just have very scary plot armor. That has prevented you from dying from food poisoning, and also probably a slew of other infections as well. Let's see. Actually, I got sick with a cold, and Dan, those were not a good time for my sleeping. I don't imagine. That sounds awful. And actually, I think I can move this. Whoops, I can move this a little bit. Okay. And then the piece of meat that's like barely hanging on. And then like this part is like the like I imagine that like the outside looks a little bit cooked, but the inside, like, nah bruh, that shit's bleeding. That shit's bleeding. Like it is so funny. Yeah. Okay. And I think I made your head a little too big. Let's shorten it a little bit. Okay. That's funny. Okay, and this will be like here. And actually, okay, maybe more so like near the middle area. Near like the middle area. Yeah. And then like no, she's like actually like grossed out. She's like, what the hell? It's like, so this is what life in the woods is like. Okay. No, even worse. This is what life is like in the woods with a bunch of men. This is how it's like. huh? And then she's like, was this a good idea? Was this a good idea? Was this a good idea? Okay. And then like, okay, I'm thinking a couple things of what like Robin could be doing. He could either be just like chatting. He could either be just chatting with another merry man, eating his like raw piece of meat. Life decisions are being reconsidered. He could either be just like sitting there eating his raw piece of meat, or another idea I was having is that like he's just like really happy. Oh crap. He's just he's just really giddy about like being with Maid Marian again. And hold up. He's just hold. He's just really happy and is not like realizing that he's about to like poison her with some raw ass meat. Or he could be like enjoying. Okay, I don't know if he can enjoy it, but I don't know if enjoy is the right word, but like I don't know, those were my two ideas. Or okay, just had this idea like right now. It's, again, just like you know, with eating his again, not realizing that he's about to like poison this woman. You could be doing that as well. Ooh, okay. Or maybe he's not eating the meat. Maybe he's like eating some like bread or something. I don't know. Like he finished his piece of meat or something. I don't know. Or like I don't know. He's eating something else. He's eating bread. But I think meat would be pretty funny as well. I think I'll go with the meat part though. I think I'll go with that. Okay, we're going with that. Okay, let me keep the head actually. Let me keep the head. And don't worry, this is normal Robin with his hat and everything. He's normal. Okay. And then... You look so stupid. You look so stupid. Okay. Let me just shorten the head a little more. I think I made it just like a tad too big. Okay, I'm thinking. Like how his, like, hand position would be. Let me put it like a marker so that I know. Maybe what now is like a thinner piece. See, that's why I draw the hands separately. I draw the hands separately and then position them. And then okay. Make sure I got it all. Now I'll make it white as well, just so that it stands out. And a bit smaller too. I think this part too also has to be a bit smaller. Okay. Or is it like, I still think it's like, I don't know, is it, okay, I'll leave it like that for now. See how it looks. Okay, yeah, it is too big. Didn't think it would be, but it is. Okay, and actually this part can just, I can just have like the arm area, all black. I'm just doing the hands because it's easy to, see. This would be the log. I know it doesn't look like one, but it's a log. Okay. Well, of course, the hat. Okay. Oh, wait. I just realized, guys, I think this might be not the best scene for this one specific frame. Hold up. Okay, ready to get your ears blasted as I scrub through this audio again?
A killer and a killer's even worse for folks like me, 'cause I never really want
Okay, I knew it.
to feel the hurt from anybody, but it just keeps happening. Yeah, it just keeps happening.
Okay, whoa, okay, there's like a little drum kick. I didn't even notice that.
Keeps happening. Yeah, it just keeps happening.
My brain instantly went, guys, I could do something like so angsty with that drum kick. I could do something so incredibly angsty. Oh my god. Okay, and literally a scene just came to mind, but just okay, but I'm waiting for like the music to, oh god, okay.
I never really want.
Actually, okay, I think it can work. It's just gonna be like one little frame.
'Cause I never really want.
And then, let's see.
I never really wanna feel. I never really wanna feel the hurt.
Never really wanna feel, okay.
I never really want.
Okay, and here, it could be, what could this scene be? What could this scene be? What could this scene be?
I never really want.
I'm thinking.
I never really want.
I'm thinking, what could this be? Never,
I never really want to feel the hurt. Feel the hurt. Really feel the hurt.
That would be another drum kick. Now for the hurt part, obviously, that would be like a somewhat chancy.
I never really want
to. Or, ooh, okay, how about it's
never really
fighting against bandits. I don't know. Bandits? What am I talking about? They are the bandits. Some foresters. That'd be silly, right? Fighting some foresters, I guess. Yeah. That'd be silly. Some NPCs, or maybe. Or, hold on, I'm thinking. A rival bandit group. A rival bandit group. I need to think. Cause, Because the thing is like I was at first thinking like a fun little like, oh man, and then like she has her sword, right? And Robin got like his little like his bow and arrow. Which I mean, yeah, is fun, but I think that it would just be the same composition as this. And also bows are in far. There, she's close quarters. He's okay. Actually, okay. Maybe. Okay. Maybe. What if? Okay. What if he shoots from the trees or from a bush, even better. Or from the trees. Trees are funner, actually. Shoots from the top of a tree, and then she comes out from behind the tree to, like, fight the mysterious... Well, not mysterious. They just be foresters. They literally be, like, the forest rangers. Because remember what I said earlier, that, like, Sherwood Forest, both back then and today, like... Okay, actually I think today is like public property. Back then, it was someone's property, you know, like, there were like forest rangers and stuff taking care of it. Like, because foresters aren't just people who guard the forest, they literally maintained the forest. But anyway, that'd be fun. That'd be fun, right guys? Right? Okay. It'd be like a tree. Let's give him more like cool little shape, right? A tree here, maybe make it look a bit more like this, right? Like from here. Okay, a bit more like this way. Okay, then I guess we can remove that and then maybe move it a little higher, actually. And then here would be, like, some grass. It looks awful, but, like, it's supposed to be grass. Or ground, I guess. Not much grass grows in the forest. And can it stay? Thank you. Okay. Right. Some grass blades here and there. A little flower. A rock. Okay. Okay, and then extending from up here. So all trees kind of sort of end in a point eventually. They end in... They may like twist and bend a little bit, but they all eventually end at a point. But obviously, like up here, there's gonna be like a big old branch. Sticking out from it. And like, of course, other ones as well. I mean, it's a... Or maybe it's like shorter. A bit more of like a tighter space, I guess. And stuff here. Okay. And then, like, obviously... I don't know if, like, the leaves would be, like, all that necessary to draw, but... just in case... Just in case they are for some reason. Okay. Okay. All right. How's that for an ugly lopsided tree? Okay. All right, and I'll just add another marker to make sure y'all know what's which. Right, and Robbie's of course here shooting his okay, actually let me draw him a bit separate. Okay. And okay, that would be one leg, and the other leg would be a bit more, I think, down. Okay. Of course, by here he'd be maybe not like that extended, or that like high up. A little high up, of course, because I want it to be in like a high angle, but maybe not that much. A little bit lower. A little bit lower. You shot the arrow. And okay, maybe now the arm's too long. No, the arm's too long. Okay. And I think it also just needs to be enlarged a bit more. I think it's too small. I always have the problem where I make the heads just like too big. Even in like a quote unquote quick sketch, I always end up making the heads just way too big. Oh yeah, the bow. How could I forget? It's like his whole thing. How could I forget the bow? Actually, I'll keep the string like that for now. Then from here, maybe like hiding in here. And actually, in that case, then this foot would have to be redone. Definitely not like moving down because he would like lose his balance, but okay. And actually, I think I would like to move it. No. I just want to move it a little bit. No. No, I ruined it. Okay. How do you get the camera to pan up and down smoothly on Toon Boom Harmony? There's this thing called the camera tool, and really it's a lot like editing in, what is it called? It's a lot like editing, actually. It's pretty much the same, really. I'm just trying to figure out how to position him. It's mostly, okay, maybe not a lot like it, but it's similar in the sense of you need like keyframes, right? So like, you know, keyframe number 1, you put how it starts, keyframe number 2, you put how it ends, and then if you want any more fancy movement, you put keyframes in between. The difference is with the camera tool, you have the camera tool, like this screen area becomes it becomes the thing that's movable, right? So it's not necessarily that you're moving the drawing, you're moving this. But you need to be very, very careful with it using the camera tool in Toon Boom, because once you move the camera, like it stays there. You know what I mean? Once you move the camera, that is the position it is going to stay in. And so because of that, I like overcomplicate my keyframes, I'm not gonna lie, but every time I have a new scene, which I mark them in my timeline, I'm sure you can see like at the bottom I mark my scenes, so to say. Every single scene, I reuse the original keyframe, which is this, the default position where the camera is. I mean, feasibly he'd be like hiding behind here, actually. Oh well. Sacrificed most of this. Sacrificed most of a good chunk of this drawing for the sake of it making sense. Okay. Alright. And the bow doesn't make any sense either. Okay. Then of course this part. He feels too big now. they got more of the drawing out, I guess. Okay. I think I'll leave it at that for now. Yeah, I'll leave it at this for now. Yeah, okay. But I guess what I'll do... Okay. Oh yeah, forgot the thing. The string. And then the very next frame, that's, I was thinking when, like, she comes out. What is the right way? What's the right way to hold a sword while running? I just realized that. Okay. Because that's a bit... Because I know, like, most people do kind of like a... Kind of like a that type of thing, right? But the problem with that is that it's not a one-handed... I mean, it's not a two-handed blade, it's a one-handed blade. Hollywood just makes you think that all swords are the same, but there are specific swords that are meant for one hand and then others for two hands. And I was thinking that the one she has is a one-handed sword. Mostly because it's the most common. Like, it was literally just a normal sword. I mean, I guess you would just run with it. But I'm thinking, like, how would you, like... How would you use it? Hold up. I mean, I guess you just run with it. Okay. Alright, I guess I'm just, I guess you're just running with it. I'm gonna move. Probably like close to her though. Just to, you know, make sure it doesn't, like, fall off or anything. And then... I don't know why I selected this. If anything, like, I don't need it. And then...
Time to help people customize.
Was that an ad? Was that an ad? Oh, it's because it jumped to the next video. Okay, I see.
Easy, Lou. That's a rental.
Wouldn't it be great if all Valentine's Day gifts were filled with peanut butter?
Okay. It's gonna... It's a bit more. It's like upwards? I don't know. Or I didn't plan this. I was not planning like the, oh god. Okay, this is my fault. This is on me. Cause the, where is it? Where? Not that part. Earlier. Yeah, that part right there. Yeah, so this whole part right here, I don't know if it's obvious, you guys, but like, those are my feet. Like, I literally recorded myself, doing the walk that I was like thinking of, and just kind of like scrubbed through the video and did that, right? So that's how I was able to get like this type of movement with this type of perspective. Wow. No, this is literally just me recording a video. With this one, I did not think. So this is what happens when you have like no planning whatsoever. Okay. Or how about references are always important. Yes. Take this as a lesson, kids. That references are so incredibly important. Literally every like legit. Okay, let's scrub through this actually. Okay, this one, I literally like looked up like women from like a bottom, not a bottom camera view, but like kind of, you know, that type of view. And, like, I still don't know if I did it right, but I spent way too, like, this one took a lot of, like, fiddling around with. This one, that was a reference. This entire pose is a reference. This, oh my god, this entire little moment, I wouldn't say it's a reference per se, but it's me, it was based off, like, a moment from The Little Mermaid when Ariel sees Eric for the first time. And, like, she kind of, like, touches her cheek a little. And so I just kind of wanted to do something like that. This was taken. These two poses, but this pose specifically was taken from the Jungle Book clip that I used for my, short, reel, TikTok, whatever you want to call it. About, like, my inspirations, right, as a creator. It's literally the inspiration. This is literally just the pose from that. It's literally the pose from that. I already mentioned this is me. These are my feet walking. This, I looked up, you know, person drawing back arrow. And from like the backside. This was another reference that I use. Basically, like, every other shot is a reference. This one you guys already saw me, drawing these. This was not a reference, actually. No, this was not a reference. No, this wasn't a reference. No, this was just me going ham. Yeah, that was just me being crazy. This, myself, that was me. Like, I was putting myself in, like, this position to see how it would look. Not a reference, but, like, I don't think you need it. It's pretty... This was not a reference. No, it was. It was well, not really, kind of. It's the Princess Mononoke, the, like, little moment where, like, San is, like, trying to, like, stab Ashitaka in the throat, and she's like, oh, just speak one more time, and I'll cut your throat. And then Ashitaka's like, you're beautiful, and then San's like, ugh. Not exactly, obviously, there's some differences, because, like, yeah. But that's what this, like, little moment was, like, I was thinking of. Nah, this isn't a reference, this is just a reaction image. This? Okay. This was not a reference. I don't know how I managed to do this, but I somehow did. This was a reference. I just looked up, like, guy surprised on ground. Looked up an image I thought looked good. This was not a reference either, surprisingly. This was just me fiddling. Neither was this, but this is just kind of like a side view. Neither is this, neither is this. But as you can tell, like, these are, like, really simple poses. These are really, really simple poses. This is just me reusing the same, frame, just adding in her arm. This was not a reference either. Now, obviously, like, every single time I have to animate a walk cycle, every single time I use Alan Becker's tutorial. Because I feel like he is by far, to me personally, he is like by far like the best person to break down a walk cycle. I have been using like his example for a walk cycle literally since forever ago. Absolutely forever ago. Basically within like the first year of my channel, I started animating walk cycles and I used his tutorial on it, and I still use it even if this is an animatic and it's not like animated. I still use it. So even though the pose is not a reference, like I still look up his tutorial every single time. This was a reference. I know it looks simple, it's a simple shot, but this was a reference of me. I took a picture of myself with this like general position because it was a very, very specific like pose I had in my mind, and although it looks simple, I still felt like I needed it. This was not a reference. This was just me going. And you guys already saw me doing this one. This had no reference. Ah yes, the scene everyone likes to redraw with their ships. Exactly. Okay. We don't need that one frame. No one's gonna see it. Okay. Okay, what about... Oh, and then of course, like, obviously, like, I think this is a bit of an obvious one, but, hold up. Literally every single hand. Okay, not every single hand, but the vast majority, like, 95% of the hands you guys see now in, like, my art, and especially in this animatic, those are my hands. These are literally my hands. Like, every time you guys are gonna see, because again, this is just a simple hand shape. Oh, I'm thinking. You know, there's obviously stuff like this, or stuff like this. Like, this wasn't necessarily a reference per se. This is just, like, this is just a very basic hand shape that I've drawn and redrawn, like, a million times. But what I mean is, like, this one as well, this is a hand pose that I'm, like, starting to get really used to drawing, so no reference needed for that. But I mean, like, stuff like this. Like, I guess, like, now on in, like, from nowadays, I don't know how to say it, but, like, nowadays in my art, if you guys see a hand and you think, huh, that looks a little bit more detailed than, like, the other hands. Yeah, that's probably because that's literally my hand. That's literally my hand. Like, even here, like, that's me, bro. Obviously, those are my feet. Okay. I'm getting distracted. I think I'm gonna go for, like, yeah, I think I'm gonna keep drawing for a few more minutes before we cut the stream. Okay. Of course, she's gonna keep her sword with her. This would be like more back, of course. And then like absolutely like take over the left side of the screen. Like this is not going to be stuff that you're going to see. This is more so just me like forming the body. Then there's gonna be like a hint of a blade here. Gonna be a bit more. Maybe this could be like around here. Whoops. Like that. And then like one more frame of just like the traces of the arm and the sash, and then it goes back to normal. Is it going to look good? Not in the slightest, but hey, it's okay, it's an animatic, so it doesn't matter anyway. Okay. I think this could do like a double. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to scrub again. Sorry, guys.
Really wanna feel the hurt. Really wanna feel the hurt.
Oh my god, I forgot the lyrics that were part of this. Okay.
Really wanna feel the hurt from anybody.
Okay, here I could add some emo bits. And maybe, oh, maybe like here he like rests he like is it a bit more of like a relaxing position. It'll be the last frame, I promise you. It's like I have a problem where like, oh man, once I finally have like a scene in my head, like for like a real one, I suddenly go like full on TV show animator mode, and then I'm like, no, it's an animatic. It's a little animatic. It's a baby little animatic. It doesn't matter that much. Okay. But here. Ooh, what if like he's like trying to like see if it landed or something? Oh, that'd be cute. That'd be cute. It matters to me. It does. It does. But at the same time, I'm also like, I mean, I got this done. And maybe, okay. And maybe like here. Just another. He's like trying to see if he made the shot. I could just copy the legs. And his arms are resting a little bit more. Let me copy the, well, not copy, but like, let me get the same so that I keep the like size consistent around the middle. Okay, and then from here I can just copy the leg. And the face will have to be a bit more forward. Okay, like, I can't focus when there's too much onion skin. Maybe a bit more like that. Okay. Oh, I forgot I had this on. Oh, doesn't matter anyway because I still need a... But I feel like here I could just... move it like, yeah, like... Or maybe here after he... What the? Why is it back to... Why is it like that? Okay. Shoots and then looks. And then here is where like the camera can pan down. Here's where like the camera can pan. Yeah. Here's where like the camera could pan. I think here I'm just gonna copy it and leave a note saying like this is where camera pans. I'll put on a marker. Maybe not green, maybe like a blue. Cyan, that's cuter. Okay, and then off to the side I put get a thicker camera pan down to default. One thing that's like, I think you can kind of sort of see in some of my, I think like school projects, I think that I've uploaded. Not much, but you can see in some of it, every once in a while, you'll get like a little flash that only lasts for like a frame, right? A little flash that only lasts for a frame that has some writing on it. Yeah, those are notes that I leave to myself. So right here, I'm leaving a note, basically telling future me, hey, this is where there's going to be a camera movement. Which, I don't know if that's like normal for animators, but that's what I do to like, yeah, okay. Okay, so here, I'm gonna have to scrub through it again.
They wanna feel the heart. They wanna feel the heart.
Here's where you come out. And then right here is where just copy that. This is when like everything looks clear again. So let me see how it looks.
The hurt from anybody. The hurt. Feel the
Or maybe I'll move it here.
hurt. Feel the hurt from it. Feel the hurt. Feel the hurt. Feel the hurt from anybody.
Okay, that's good. Alright. Okay, kids. It's getting pretty late. I am tired, but I'm going to keep working on it, but I think I'm going to be working on it, like, myself. Yeah, I'm going to be working on this myself. And, oh, actually, but first, I need to show you guys, like, how it's looking like how, like, the whole thing is starting to look. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Okay. So, but as for this, I think I'm gonna end it here. I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't really have that much in terms of, like, the thumbnail stage. I really only want, like, 2 more frames, still frames, where it has the, but it just keeps happening, and then I was thinking that, like, there's where I end the animatic, because I'm not doing this whole song. The whole song is pretty long. Yeah. GG, the stream did go well, and nothing bad happened, understood? Nothing, no. Yeah, so really it's only, like, 2 more little frames. That's pretty much it, so you're not gonna be missing all that much, because once I'm done with those, like, 2 more frames, it's just gonna be, like, me filling out, like, the actual frames, you know what I mean? That's pretty much it. It's not really interesting, it's just me redoing it, but like, you can actually see their faces and stuff. What else? Yeah, no, that's basically it. We're pretty much at the end of the animatic. Nothing bad ever happened ever. Nothing bad happened, guys. I don't know why you're saying this. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me see if there's, like, no, I mean, I guess that's it. Yeah. And with the last 2 just keep happening parts, I was thinking that it's just some angst. It's just Robbie being really sad. And yeah. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna be watching the whole thing at movie time. Now obviously there is gonna be, like, a tiny little break between them because I do have them in separate files. Which means that I have to go to my files. So let me pull up the first one. Let me pull it up. Please do not break on me. I would be so mad. Okay, guys. Wait, let me turn off the Animal Crossing music. Okay, guys, it's movie time. It's movie time. Okay. Sit your asses down. Shut the hell up, eat your popcorn, but not too loudly, and enjoy. And like I said, there will be a little break, between the 2 as I switch the files. Alright. And like I said, y'all are really not missing much. It's just, like, 2 more frames.
She was a bird, I was an arrow. Both of us sure we were sword and a sparrow. Still when we flew, we never knew. There in the air, I felt her feathers, first all at once, then all together. When I went through, that's when I knew. I'm a killer, and a killer is a bad, bad thing to be. She's a giver, and a giver's even worse to folks like me. 'Cause I never really wanna be the one to hurt somebody, but it just keeps happening. Yeah, it just keeps happening. I was a bird, he was an arrow. I was allured by the straight and the narrow. What could I do? His aim was true. Straight to the heart, I let it happen. I couldn't hardly have ever imagined that when he went through me, he'd hate what he's doing and make me feel stupid for choosing him too. Cause I'm a giver and a giver is a bad, bad thing to be. He's a killer and a killer's even worse for folks like me. Cause I never really wanna feel the hurt from anybody, but it just keeps happening. Yeah, it just keeps happening.
You crowed? You people crowed? I'm so happy. I love that I made y'all crowed. I love crowding, personally. I love crowding. Alright, okay, so I think that'll be it for, or maybe I could play it again, but you know what, we'll only play the Marion part, because I feel like the break is super awkward, but obviously there's gonna be no break in the final, of course, so it's all gonna be better, but, is the mic on? I hope it is. Yeah, okay, it is. I just want to make sure. Yeah, I'm just gonna play this like one final time, and then that's it. That's it. All right.
I was a bird, he was an arrow. I was allured by the straight and the narrow. What could I do? His aim was true. Straight to the heart, I let it happen. I couldn't hardly have ever imagined that when he went through me, he'd hate what he's doing and make me feel stupid for choosing him too. Cause I'm a giver and a giver is a bad, bad thing to be. He's a killer and a killer's even worse for folks like me. Cause I never really wanna feel the hurt from anybody, but it just keeps happening. Yeah, it just keeps happening.
Alright. Well, let's just go back to my little goober. Music back on, and yeah. And so I guess our little stream ends for tonight. Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. It's like I said, the next steps of this, they're really probably not going to be very interesting to watch. It's literally just me doing the last angsty frames, and then it's just me redrawing all of them. That's it. It's just me redrawing every single one. I'm very thankful, though, that I'm the type of artist that, like, draws very cleanly, so, like a good, like, 50% of the work, if not 60, is already done. Actually, maybe not, maybe a little more, like, I go like 65 of the work is already done. Really, a big part of it is just clothes, face. Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. Just clothes, face. That's pretty much it, yeah. And, yeah, no, that's pretty much it, yeah. So like I said, not really interesting to watch. You guys basically watched all the interesting stuff now. And, yeah, no, that's pretty much it. Like I said, hopefully I'll get this done by Valentine's Day. I'm not sure if I will. I'm hoping, praying that I can. And if not, then, like, my goal, kind of like with the Lorax video, and even the Genshin Impact Farina one, although I never got back to that one. Both of them were kind of just, like, but I'm using the Lorax one because I, like, kind of remade it, sort of. Where at least get it to a presentable enough state that I can post it on Valentine's Day, and if I'm still not satisfied, then just like tweak it later. But that's it. I'm gonna continue working on this, and yeah, hopefully it should be out soon. It's been a really fun stream. It's really cool seeing everything like get together. That's one of my favorite things about not just animating, just art in general. Like a lot of people do it for the process, other people do it for like the finished product. I'm the person that likes to see like the process, not the process, but like I like to see the finished, not finished, but like every stage. That's what I love to see. Like, I like to see it develop. I like to see the thing grow until it, like, reaches its final form, which would be its finished form. It's so fun. Like, I don't know. It's not really the animating that necessarily is what brings me joy, but it's the, like, imagining it and then seeing it come to life. That's the reason why, I keep watching it over and over again. I don't know if that's normal for animators. It probably is, but that's why I keep watching it over and over and over again, because that's the thing. That's the motivator. That's the thing that makes me And with that, I shall bid you guys adieu. Hope you guys have a good night. Hope this was a good stream. Had a lot of fun. And yeah, that's it. Bye.
Mm-hmm.